everybody, I'm Joshua Orro, the Mustang Prince, and welcome to Mustang Prince Orro Reports. Well folks, it's Nightmare Month again, which means it's time for another month of Halloween-related blogs. And to start off this spooky season, let me take you back to one of the most classical Halloween films ever made during the early 90s, Hocus Pocus. Now, it's been about 4 years since I last shared my thoughts on this movie, and to this very day, ever since I saw it on the Disney Channel, I thought, while it was negatively criticized during its original theatrical release, it truly is a Halloween classic with great acting, a great musical score, a thrilling story, and memorable main characters like Max, Danny, Allison, Thackeray Binks, and the wicked but awesome Sanderson Sisters, Winifred, Mary, and Sarah, whom are without a doubt the best characters in the entire movie. Plus, I make it a goal to watch this movie every year during the Halloween season. Now, imagine my surprise when I heard news of a sequel in the works. And as the months passed, I became very interested, curious, and surprised. And so, after 29 years, a sequel was finally released. But is it as good as its classical predecessor, or is it wickedly infuriating? Well, we're about to find out. Released to Disney Plus on September 30th, 2022, the movie is Hocus Pocus 2. And now, let's get started. It's been 29 years since someone lit the black flame candle and resurrected the 17th century Sanderson Sisters. And now that they're back and out for revenge, it's up to 3 high school students to stop the ravenous witches from wreaking a new kind of havoc on Salem before all dawn on All Hallows Eve. So, what are my thoughts? Well, to me, this movie was wickedly a lot of fun, and I think it makes a worthy successor to the 1993 movie. But now, let's move on to Mustang notes. The movie was directed by Ann Fletcher, who previously directed Step Up, 27 Dresses, and The Proposal, and the screenplay was written by Jen D'Angelo. Production was scheduled to begin in the middle of 2021 in Salem, Massachusetts, but in September 2021, sets for Hocus Pocus 2 were confirmed being built at Chase Farms in Lincoln and Washington Square in Newport, both in the state of Rhode Island. Filming began on October 18, 2021 in Providence, Rhode Island, and on November 8, 2021 in Newport's Washington Square, taking place in a modern-day Salem, Massachusetts. On December 10, 2021, filming began in Federal Hill, which was transformed with a Halloween-themed backdrop. Filming officially wrapped up on January 27, 2022. Now, in my opinion, the setting in 21st century Salem looks absolutely excellent, and I really like the Halloween festival that's featured in the film, and in my opinion, it looks like a lot of fun, and believe me, it makes me want to attend one here in California, since I don't think I've ever attended one before. I mean, yes, I did go to several costume parties, but never a Halloween festival. And in case you're wondering, I've still never attended the Oogie Boogie Bash at Disney California Adventure yet, due to the tickets quickly being sold out. Another thing that I like about this movie is that it brings back a lot of fond memories from the original movie, and it shows a couple flashbacks from it. Also, I think the humor in this film is absolutely top-notch and hilarious, though one moment almost got away with something very mature, when someone was trying to define what a virgin is. And I don't think it would be appropriate if I ever said what a virgin was. As for the story, well, while it's not as timeless as the original movie, at the same time, it was very surprising. And I thought the opening prologue, which showed the young Sanderson sisters, was very interesting. And I thought Winifred's spellbook had some good character development in this film. And it was also pretty interesting that the Sanderson sisters' old house has gone from a museum to a magic shop. And now, let's move on to the film's cast. Let's start with the Sanderson sisters. Winifred, played by Bette Midler, Mary, played by Kathy Najimy, and Sarah, played by Sarah Jessica Parker. To me, these three Halloween villains haven't really changed too much since the last time they were resurrected back in 1993. Winifred is still highly sensitive and melodramatic, Mary is still the most comforting and observant, and Sarah is still the perkiest and silliest. After being brought back by another black flame candle, Winifred and her sisters plan to stay alive by casting the forbidden Magicae Maxima spell. That way, they can eliminate Mayor Trask and take revenge on Salem. But little do they know is that the spell comes with a very serious consequence, stating that whoever casts it must give up what they cherish most, which in this case is their sisterhood. Also to note, I think Bette, Sarah, and Kathy had a lot of fun reprising their roles, and they haven't lost their wickedly magical touches at all. Plus, I think the songs that they sing are simply awesome to listen to. Our main character, Becca, is played by Whitney Peak, whom I remember from Molly's Game, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, and Gossip Girl. Becca is a 16-year-old high school girl and an aspiring witch. Unfortunately, by lighting the black flame candle on Halloween night, she accidentally resurrects the Sanderson sisters after 29 years. To me, Becca seems like a very interesting main character, and I think she makes a very talented young witch. Plus, she does show her cleverness by sprinkling salt to repel the Sandersons' dark magic and to keep them trapped. Plus, Becca seems like a mix of Sally Thorne McKnight from Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost and Tamara Riley. Oh, but trust me, I'll get to her movie soon enough. Plus, Becca's birthday being on Halloween kinda reminds me of Abigail Gregory from the Tower of Terror movie. Next is Becca's best friend, Izzy, played by Belisa Escobedo, whom will be in next year's Blue Beetle movie. I really like Izzy, not only for her quirky personality, but she seems like a very wonderful close friend. And I like that she and Becca have been doing witch rituals ever since they were kids. Next up, we have Cassie Trask, played by Lilia Buckingham. Not only is Cassie the mayor's daughter, but she's also an estranged popular high school girl. Sadly, she hasn't been hanging around Becca and Izzy as often as she used to, mainly due to her inept boyfriend Mike being a bully to the girls. However, I'm glad that Cassie made amends with Becca and Izzy before being captured by Winifred as a hostage, due to them needing her blood to complete their Magicae Maxima spell. Next we come to Gilbert, played by Sam Richardson, whom was in a few stupid movies like Spy, We're the Millers, Good Boys, and Horrible Bosses 2, as well as a couple good movies like the 2016 Ghostbusters reboot and Ralph Breaks the Internet. Gilbert is the owner of a magic shop which used to be the Sanderson sisters' old house. To me, I find Gilbert to be another interesting character. mainly due to him claiming to have seen the Sanderson Sisters on Halloween night back in 1993, and he was one of the few children whom was not entranced by Sarah's hypnotic singing. However, he's part of the reason why the Sanderson Sisters are back, due to him being taught how to make black flame candles by Winifred's spellbook, and tricking Becca and Izzy into reviving them. Also, I did feel bad that Gilbert became cursed to do the witch's bidding, forcing him to get the ingredients needed for their spell. Next is Billy Butcherson, once again played by Doug Jones, whom was in Fantastic Four 2, Rise of the Silver Surfer, The Shape of Water, Pan's Labyrinth, and the Hellboy movies. For those who may not remember, Billy was Winifred's former lover, and he was poisoned for cheating with Sarah. However, in this movie, it's revealed that Billy only shared one kiss with Winifred, and that he did not reciprocate her feelings for him in their youth. To me, Billy is still as memorable as he was back in 1993, and I'm glad that his mouth is not stitched up as often compared to the last time when he woke up from the dead. Another character to talk about is Cassie's dad, Mayor Jeffrey Trask, played by Tony Hale, whom I talked about in my blogs of The Tale of Despero, Toy Story 4, Clifford the Big Red Dog, and the 4th live-action Chipmunky movie. Ugh. Anyway, Mayor Trask is the descendant of Reverend Trask, who banished Winifred from Salem after she defied the authority of the church by refusing to marry John Pritchett. To me, Trask is a very Halloween-obsessed man due to Halloween being his very favorite holiday, and he acts pretty silly at times. However, he does show his serious side when he punishes Cassie for throwing a party without his permission. And now on to my final words. Overall, Hocus Pocus 2 is a really fun sequel and a great movie to watch for the Halloween season. It brings back a lot of fond memories from the original 1993 movie. The humor is charming and top-notch. The story had a few surprises here and there. The musical score by John Debney is fantastic. The main characters were interesting and relatable. The supporting characters were pretty memorable. And the Sanderson Sisters were the best parts of the entire movie. And I could tell that Bet, Kathy, and Sarah all had a wickedly awesome time reprising their roles. So, if you haven't seen this sequel yet, make sure to gather your family and your friends together and tune into Disney Plus to watch it. And don't worry, you'll all have a good time. I give this movie 100%. Yeah, it's not as classical as the original, but still a worthy successor. Well, that's all for now. Be sure to join me for my next blog, Mustang Power.